Welcome back to Beau's Workshop. Today we're going to make a butterfly out of a bunch of junk. So we got these little CO2 cartridges that Thomas uses for his BB gun. We took a piece of flat steel out of there. Thomas decided that he wanted to mimic a butterfly wing about like that. With the size of steel that we could find, we ended up coming up with this shape. And we are going to heat this up and forge it and stretch it out so it gets a little bigger. And then it'll have some really neat hammer marks on it. We'll burn the covering off of this, the shiny part, and we'll be able to weld the butterfly wings to the cartridge, put it on a stake, and we'll have a nice garden butterfly. All right, so we're going to use the ball peen hammer to get the texture that we want in this. Getting a bunch of nice divots in here. A nice organic shape out of this. Saves a lot of grinding. Get on the edges there. We're gonna make this thing look organic. And this is mild steel, so we can really abuse it. It's not going to crack. Alright, so now we have our texture and we have kind of a nice dish shape to just make it so it's not perfectly flat. We're just making things up so it doesn't have to necessarily be exactly perfect per se, but it's going to be perfect for what it is. Alright, so we want to do the mirror image. So we want the texture on this side. If you look at the back, it's not very textured because it's beaten flat into the anvil. So we need to strike on this side of the material. So we're going to take this little bolt. This came out of a wood spool. Termites end up getting a hold of it and rotted it out. So we're just going to cut the ends off of this, and this will be our stake in the ground for the butterfly ornament. This material was a little thicker than the other wing, out of our scrap pile, so I had to hit it harder. Alright, now we have our wings ready. Alright, so we made mirror image wings, and we fine-tuned them by putting this together like a clamshell, and we just took the angle grinder with a cutoff wheel and made the shape match up. We put the CO2 cartridge in the forge to burn off the galvanized. Now we're just going to come in here, and we're just going to weld that in about like so. So we burnt the coating off of the CO2 cylinder, but it did leave some slag and contaminated the weld and made it bubble up, so we had to address that. But we're just going to clean this up with the flap disc. We did a cleaner job on the bottom. It wasn't perfectly clean, so but this is decorative. This isn't like a roll cage, but I like making better welds than that. So we're just going to clean this up, and then we'll show you the finished result. All right, here's the finished butterfly. After we cleaned everything up, I heated it up. We ended up getting some color in the metal. That being pretty neat. The picture doesn't completely do it justice, but yep, kind of a neat little project to make out of junk.